I had to change what game I'm playing. Button. That button. Oh my god. Oh. Oh god. I opened a browser. Pro highlighter. Alright, I can. Can't you change it for me, moderator? I'm pretty sure moderators can do that. It's like slash. Wait, I have it right here. Oh my god. Oh, is that what the ad? That's funny. I didn't think about that. I swear it was unintentional. Please choose a screen and subtitle. I'll do English, yeah. Does it show the category updated? I think it does. Yeah, nice. Dude, 0.03 cents. Let's go. Have you played the Stanley Parable? Nice. I'm excited. Computer is barely visible. I never know like how serious to take this. I know, like at the beginning, right? Like in the middle right here? Yeah, I know, but it's like technically I can see. All games do. Okay, I'm gonna play it. Please enter the current time. Oh shit. 8:04 p.m. Click this. Play 5 now, huh? Barely visible. No, unlucky. Accessibility settings can be set. Barely visible is pretty vague. Yeah, I know, right? We're playing the Stanley Parable Ultra. My god, the office sounds are so good. 2:05 a.m. Oh shit. Field of view got increased all the way. For Amanda. Activity probably go down more. Controller vibration. Turn it off because my controller is plugged. You know what? Quality profile. WASD jump interact additional crouch auto walk. Nice. I like the sound of this. Did my settings change? Oh,
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
My birthday.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Oh my
This
god.
is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
This is crazy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Still super hot. Okay. You can see where we're going with this. Alright, we're on 0. Well, I'm quick. Stanley's quick like a bunny. It's strafe really well. Alright. I hate this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Look how big that hole is for the sharpening. All the pencils are. Yeah, get a DPI switcher. That's what I'm saying. I like work, I just hate my boss. That smile, I think. The photo that's in every single office building in the world. Come on, dude. I've been trying to open the doors previously. Ah! I tried to open some. It makes sense.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Bastard. He's on to me. Hey, Mondays. Hate not being able to open doors. I thought of everything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know how much that makes me want to open the door on the right? I want to see what he says.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Is there an achievement for trying to open every door?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
How weird is it that there's like this little step down?
Yes,
Fuel.
really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs, but eager to get back to business.
Oh.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can I? I'm breaking the rules again. Oh, I just right-clicked and I moved forward. That was weird. I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, I heard about this. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it was this game. Now that you say it, it all comes back. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Holy crap!
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Ooh.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. These doors closing behind me or something else. I doing that? Oh shit. Oh. Wait, what? Ah! I was still here the whole time. I didn't commit hard enough.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Wait, I'm gonna try to pick up the phone for real this time, but it won't let me. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, shit.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Holy shit.
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Should I start listening to him now?
Sorry,
Oh!
but you're in my story now.
Oh, shit. I'm glad I didn't.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No. No. I'm pressing Q again. I'm pressing Q. Can you hear it? Yeah, you can hear it. Not working. He doesn't seem to care. How long do you think I have to wait before they get mad at me? Do you think they will? You said they thought of everything. Alright. Guess I'll press V.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen
I
his
don't have
life.
any legs. Please press U. U, V.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Wow. Just press L to watch TV. Where's the... Oh. It looks like the plasma screen from The Office.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Need to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
The kid's story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press D to tell your wife you love her. Why is this not like a meme?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing
That's
is
insane.
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Game plays
The
you.
longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley,
Me?
the next time the screen
Sorry.
asks you to push a button,
Let's see if
do
anything
not
changes.
do it.
My God. It's the crouch. I know, right? It's like boop. There's a little transition, isn't it? Yeah, there is. Really fast. Look at that clock go. How long? It told me not to press it. How long? Me? My thoughts so far? Oh, something to think about. Now I'm really playing the Stanley Parable because I'm thinking about things to entertain myself while I'm doing something quote unquote monotonous, right? Which is what happened to Stanley. How we're here. Well, that's the game is playing me. Emma, are you the narrator? How many minutes have gone by? I feel like we've done at least a minute. I really have become Stanley. Is he named Stanley because of Stanley from The Office? I want to press G. But will y'all think of me differently if I press G? Okay, Stanley. No! Going too far. I'm gonna press the other buttons. The other buttons? Q, O, U, I, L. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I did that before, I didn't do anything. What's the button I need to avoid? G? Alt F4. Let's take a look at this keyboard. What do we think about it? Typical office keyboard. Senior clock. How long has it been? I'm trying everything except for G now. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna work. Ah! Took a screenshot. It scared me. Thought I was dying or something. Which button was that? F12? Okay. Apparently F12 is my Steam screenshot button. AKA Terrify Yourself button. Okay, well. That is a nice clock. Alright, well, it's been a few minutes. I guess I'm just gonna press G. Game is now paused. Game again. I enjoyed being a renegade as much as the next person, but I think I'm gonna press G.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
You press Z to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Is never, the end is never.
his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm doing it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nice, Stanley Parable. This reminds me, my professor was showing us how to use this what's it called again? Interactive narrative scripting language, and he was like, "All right, well, as you're just writing your story, if any of your like your paths just lead to like, you know, nothing, just put like, and you die, and then do like the hyphen end."
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Just 2 about 4. Don't tell. Five one's private time. Huh? Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on with the microphone. Pranking floor 5 meeting. I think we've seen all the funny Termination Tuesdays. Like Taco Tuesdays. Special funding R&D of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Standardized graphs for the Yeah, I saw that, just like exclamation point question mark. Jim. What? Who moved my desk? Ooh, something. Papers are too synergized. The synergizing of core global value paradigms. What the fuck? Ah! Been changing this whole time. Number of slides on this slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. I had a hard time reading that at first. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Ah! Please number of charts. Please, I'm making stuff. Oh my god. Boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet. Circle the top 20 things live most about your boss. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, it's misspelled, but more inclined toward conflict, unless you're the kind of person who... Wow! What are your dreams for the future? Nature, blah, 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 blah. Spring break. Clear skin, metamorphosis, comatose, what the fuck? Pollution, a boat. Mitosis. Tips for not getting fired. Oh yeah, this one. Colored in segment. Stripes. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Resent coworkers who are not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Okay, we did it. Requires more secondary research. Stripes. Stock market is somewhere here. Grass about things and money. Violet James, you were fired. Happy feelings. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Nice. Yeah, monetize free to play. No! No! It's happened. Alright. Get him out of the broom closet. Who was it again? Oh no. Broom closet, best room in the entire game. I'm scared. 360, I'm going in.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here,
Yep.
so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh no. I'm not turning around. I'm just gonna walk out. Alright, what's going on in this room?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Why is this stuff so high on the shelf? Oh my god. My IRL personality cannot stand the fact that there's like 2 shelves I
was
can't
still
see.
just sitting in the broom
It's so
closet.
tall!
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck all.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Chris.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
That's probably the last thing, right? Say something else then?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my
The
favorite."
broom.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
It keeps going.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god. It's so funny.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like
imagine?
this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
That's on you, Emma.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer
That's on you,
is
Emma.
dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless
take care of
human
me.
physiological
I'm dead.
vulnerabilities.
Yeah, I'm
It's
dead.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right, do we keep staying? Continue staying? I think it's done. Yeah. All right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Just another hour.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, now I'm going upstairs. Or should I? Oh, it's red down there. We're going to hell. Ah! Almost legible. Enhance.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Door is ajar.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Are any of these the right time?
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Achievement you can't
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
am okay.
I'm in the same spot.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh shit. And everything went black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
It's very funny that I'm playing this game when my assignment is to make a branching narrative game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I didn't
What
know
could
this
it
was
mean?
this kind of game.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. What is going on in this room? Executive bathroom. Ah! Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Extreme bathrooms. No mirror. Doesn't really. It can reflect the window, but not my face. The beige pages. What the fuck? Which one should I go in? That one has like another door. This is like definitely the boss's office. We're going here. Indoors monthly. Is there an outdoors monthly? Is that what the joke is? Yeah. Great outdoors. Business strategy. There's an R in there. Oh my god, I have a crosshair. Just because I walked up to something. Whoa, look at that cross. I want to go up and then down. If I'm changing my selection. Can't tell which way I went. I don't think I went anywhere. Whoa, I didn't see this. I'm the most expensive boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What? The keypad behind his desk.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Shit. I walked over that. Cool. Ooh, I found a good hiding spot. When the monster comes out, I'll go back here. Definitely press that one. Press the scarier looking button. That's the play.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. 0.2 inches. Alright, we'll check out escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
I
death.
never turn around when he says that.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Imagine you could just slide through there. Nah.
Nope, still on board with death.
Oh, I thought I could trigger it again. Yep, still on board with that. When the monster comes, I know where to hide. Go back up the elevator.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh. Oh. It's too much fun. It's too much fun to intentionally die. Well, apparently not. I'm fine. See? I'm fine over here.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him
Here it comes.
instantly.
What the fuck's going on? Oh! What the fuck? I'm out here now. The fuck did I just go? What the f— What? What is this? Ah! I'm getting stuck behind the level. What is going on? There's got to be a secret way to live forever now. Why is the door like black from this side? What's going on? Oh, there's an invisible wall here. Bastards. Sideways still. Oh, invisible wall again. Here comes the invisible door wall. Okay. No, there's nowhere you can go. In a box.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Can't turn back anymore. Options over. Wait, look how big this room is now, though. Wait. Aw. Is this bigger than it was before? Alright. Well, I found a doorway to the next dimension or something. Cool.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good layout. This blueprint shows the office from the path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Missions have been added and altered, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Oh, it's the 4th wall. Ah. It's everywhere. The 2 doors. The set of the 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Aura. Filing cabinets. Don't say. Office computers. Oh! Installation. Installing Chart Pro 2.01. Program files. Chart. Employee database. Can't turn them back on afterwards. It's the credits! Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. The Office. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. Oh, okay. Nice. The Office. This is hilarious. Oh my god. What the fuck? Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Fun. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Interesting. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the proper use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Ah. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? What? This is for real, right? How is the game going? I hope it is or better than the first one. From a cool man. Then instead of than. You a Quesian. Are you a rock? Otto Tempio. What is this strange number? Tell me what the significance of the number 1128. What's going on? Asking the narrator. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other room? Asking the real questions. I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you barg? Wow, congratulations. Wow, oh my god. In line with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, here is the result in an attached file. Open it carefully. Reading omnipotent voice. I wanted to tell you I liked the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. I liked it as much as I like walking in the park watching the... Okay. When you say it out loud, it takes so much longer than reading it in your head. Not fair. Yours truly, Wang Yang. How do you type with boxing gloves on, Ben? Dear strong... Dead strong bad. What? Lights. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Montgomery Jones. Partner, I'm Anthony Elias, a business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent to you if you're interested. My email is blah blah blah. Treat as important, not spam. 2012. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is: what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. What? There's a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye, Stib. Final warning. A question brought forth by the intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I donate why? Ow. Question, will the game feature capybaras? When the developers can read 1,000 words per minute. I know, right? You can only talk at like 180, right? Pixel says, Theater. How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael The Rock Martin. Are you a rock? I need Dink Dunk. Subject K. Are you gay? Come on, Dink Dunk. I might stop. Alright, yeah, fuck that shit. Too many of them. 427, 427, 427. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011. Alright, so that is that. See, that's no good. That's not a good layout. This. Better. It's kind of weird that that one's there. They stuck with that, didn't they? Yeah, but you gotta open the drawers. Doubled. Better. Oh, and a thing on the wall. Excellent. I'm having to design a level in a game right now, so this is good for me. You can see, okay. I get it now. I understand level design now. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. So much of the change, the basic layout from this mock-out is still nice. Countdown room, an early version of the countdown. Have I seen the countdown? Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Yeah, it's crazy. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Ah! That's crazy.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
This is hilarious. The Stanley Parable. On, off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't
I could have won the game. I chose not to. I could have beaten it. Right then, right there. It actually is time for me to quit, too. That would have been a good time to quit. But I had to see what happened when I died. Pause in the death frame. Task failed successfully. Yep, I think so. That's how that works. The room, huh? They went with. That is strange. Would a real office building ever have that layout? Some words with the level designing. Good thoughts here. Maybe it was intentional. They're trying to make it feel like fantastical. Also, this probably would not. How are you supposed to put it in his fucking chair? The chair actually literally doesn't fit there. What's this shit thing? Words on the wall. No outlets. How's that lamp plugged in? Alright, anyways. Alright, I do have to go to bed now. That was awesome. No, I can't wait to play next weekend. Saturday, 1 p.m. It's happening. Wait, right? Yeah, we don't have... we don't really have anything next weekend, right? Oh, we have the Melee tournament. Sunday night. Yes, we do. Plus, I gotta get a haircut. So I look good for your wedding. Y'all's wedding, if you're still there. And, yeah. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.